Thank you for joining. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting me and protecting us in this space. Thank you, Higher Self, for helping me to deliver clear and concise messages. Um, what do you mean by timelines? As far as like knowing when something's gonna happen, like giving you like 3 months type thing. Thank you for the likes. So is that Maul? Higher Self Spirit, how is Mark feeling about Maul? Oops. So I feel like Spirit is saying it's kind of a neutral energy at this point. Did y'all just meet? Because I feel like it's like the energy of, this person is cool, but it's kind of too early to get a real vibe from it. So let me know if that resonates. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follow. Mal, are you still here? If you ask me a question, please stay, even if you don't like the answer, and let me know if it resonates or not. Thank you for the roses. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Jenna, has Kevin lost interest? Higher Self Spirit, has Kevin lost interest in Jenna? I'm not getting the energy that he's necessarily lost interest, but the energy is that he's dealing with multiple people, like dating. And so it's kind of like the energy is kind of like him putting you in competition with other people, and other people are chasing him. I was saying that the energy is that he hasn't necessarily lost interest, but that he's dating multiple people or like getting to know multiple people. So it's kind of like putting you in competition with other people, and some females like really chase men. And that's really the only thing. But it's very deceptive energy when women chase men like that. So um did you hear what I was saying? Okay, I was saying that the energy is not that he lost interest, but that there's other women that he's kind of putting you in competition with. And if there's a woman or other women who are chasing him more than you're chasing, then um that would be like the reason for the shift in attention. But I was saying that it's very deceptive energy because women who chase like that aren't always for that person's best good. And so I would encourage you not to chase this person, not to come out of your natural character. Um, so let me know if that resonates at all. You said thank you. Does it resonate though, or like what's the, as far as what you know? You said I don't know what to think. Okay. Well, I mean, I like I said, I would encourage you not to chase that person because that's not the energy that you should be in, and you should want the person, the masculine should be pursuing you. You said Larry. Thank you for the follow. Larry, Damon, or someone else. I'm not sure what you mean. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Yes, Sabrina. You can ask a question. I'm just taking the most recent question at the bottom so I know the person is still here. Sabrina, is Tanner gonna message me? Is that why he unblocked me? So is Tanner going to message Sabrina? I feel like the energy about like reaching out is very physical in nature. Did y'all just have kind of a situationship? I'm not, no, I can see your question, but I was trying to wait for the other person. You said we dated in the past, but we met a couple weeks ago. Am I, well, who's the person I'm answering their question for right now? Okay. So it feels physical in nature. He just doesn't seem like he's in the energy of wanting like a real commitment. So it just depends on like what you're open to as far as what his energy is ready for right now. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Laquita, will my mortgage be straightened out soon? Higher self spirit, will Laquita's mortgage be straightened out soon? I feel like they're showing you signing paperwork, so I do feel like that's a yes. Um, I will say that mortgage companies don't want the house, so they're willing to work with you to a very large extent. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. The comments are going kind of fast. Is that Nuru? How does Dio feel? Higher Soul Spirit, how does Dio feel about Nuru? So I get the energy of him being like in his head a lot, kind of like an air sign. It's like they're showing me an image of him giving you flowers. So I feel like eventually he might be more comfortable about expressing himself, but he's just not in the energy of really expressing what is on his mind. So let me know if that resonates. He does have like a lot of passionate energy towards you as far as like liking you. But it's like you have to set the standard as far as like communication. So if he's not going to communicate with you and you're left kind of confused, then you need to either communicate that to him, or maybe by you communicating how you feel about him, that will help him open up some. But yeah. Why does it keep freezing as soon as I say something? Out, can you hear me now? Okay. So Naru, I was saying that Dio is in the energy of liking you. However, he's not in the energy, or this masculine, it feels like a masculine energy, is not in the energy of expressing themselves outwardly. So, you know, you have to make a decision if you're going to be okay with them not really expressing themselves. Oh, he's your ex. It was that the problem when y'all were in a relationship? The communication was bad? You say yes, I do see that. Okay. He's given the energy of like an air sign, like somebody, or has a lot of air in their chart, somebody who is, you know, just doesn't express himself. You say he's an avoidant. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I was saying that you have to make a decision. Is that what you really want? Like, are you okay with that energy? Because that's the same energy. So if you weren't happy with that energy before, it has not changed. She still inwardly feels some kind of way about you, but it's just not, you know, it's kind of like, if that's how he was raised and that's how he's operated all this time, and the women have kind of supplemented for that energy, then, you know, it may, like I said, it may just take you expressing yourself to him and helping him to be more open. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Lillian, is Dennis afraid of losing me? Higher self spirit, is Dennis afraid of losing Lillian? So the energy is that he doesn't want to lose you, but it's not like it's gonna stop him from doing like whatever he's doing. It's kind of like having an addiction where it's like you don't want to do it, but your brain keeps telling you to do it. So it's kind of like he's torn between, okay, I really don't want to lose her, but at the same time, like, I'm very compulsive in this area, whatever that is. So let me know if that resonates. Is the person still here that I was reading for? Thank you for the follow and the share. I don't know where that person is. Okay, I guess I'm gonna move on. Okay, Taylor, is Jaden gonna realize he wants me back? Higher Soul Spirit, is Jaden gonna realize he wants Taylor back? So it's giving the energy of this person is very stubborn, very fixed in their ways. It's almost giving the energy like the person's friends are telling them that you're a good person for them, but they're just like trying to find the negative. It's giving the energy of like a defense mechanism because they're scared of like a true commitment. So let me know if that resonates. But to answer your question, it's giving the energy like this person will recognize it when you've already moved on because they being stubborn. Let me know if that resonates. Yes, your loved one is always okay in the spirit realm. You said no, no one else. I don't know what that means. Is the person I'm talking to still here? Oh, thank you. They always wilding in the background. He said, oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, he said he's working on himself right now, wants to stay friends and don't want me with. And oh, okay, doesn't want you with it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would just say, if you feel like this person is worth the wait, then okay, I would highly recommend consulting with your spirit guides about whether he's worth the wait. I would not sit around and just wait idly and stay single or whatever. If you want to mingle and get to know other people, the goal though, and what I tell everybody, is to not be attached to one outcome because there are multiple people that could be for you. So like, okay, cool. If you don't want to, just if you're not ready for a commitment, cool, but I'm not about to sit here and just not be with somebody because you want to work on yourself. I mean, that is a good way for you to work on yourself as well, but it's more of like avoidance of a real commitment. You say yes, thank you, love. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Larissa says, do I need to reach out to Erin so we can fix things, or does she need to reach out first? So does Larissa need to reach out to Erin? So Erin is giving trickster energy. Like, is she kind of shady? She's giving shady as fuck energy. Like, she be just talking shit about people, and like it's kind of janky energy. Let me know if that resonates. Thank you for the follow. You said kinda. Okay. So I would, if this person is in kind of trickster energy, like it's not totally on the up and up, I would say that's a no from your spirit team, because I don't get really good energy. I get the energy of somebody that would, like, it's almost like opportunist energy. So it's like I'll, be cool with whoever I can get something from, but other than that, like, they're not really, worthy of my time or energy. So I'm not feeling that energy for you at all. You said, okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Hi, Tiffany. Donna is Steven and I a good match. Higher Self Spirit, are Donna and Steven a good match? I'm getting a yes for that. Is he, like, they're showing me the Empress and Emperor card, so is he a father, or like just very like in his leadership energy, someone that is balanced and emotionally available? Or that could be your energy, but let me know if that resonates. Yes, he is, and very much a leader. And you said a singer, so am I. Okay, good. Well, thank you for trusting me with your energy. Ashley, will Abel and I get married? Higher Self Spirit, will Ashley and Abel get married? So the image that they're showing me is, yes, that y'all could get married, but there's still like unresolved turmoil, because they showed a wedding ceremony where you slapping him with the bouquet. So let me know. I'm not trying to laugh at your situation, but it's just the imagery that my spirit team be showing me is wild. Do you know that this person is like not really honest and upfront? Because it's given like the energy of where this person just does shit, like does shit to piss you off. So let me know if that resonates. You say yes. Okay. Child. Y'all, please don't get married to raggedy folks that you know you gonna have to smack at the wedding. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. So Tiffany, will Xavier regret how he treated me? Higher Self Spirit, will Xavier regret how he treated Tiffany? So I'm not getting the energy that he would regret it, because it feels like he does that with everyone that he encounters. So let me know if that resonates. It's giving the energy like he just wants to find someone that's gonna put up with his bullshit. He's not changing at all. You said that's because I held him accountable. Okay. It's not giving the energy that he'll change. He wants somebody to accommodate. You said he didn't like that too much. Yeah, I mean, if someone who's not open to changing is not gonna like when you hold them accountable at all. You said so he blocked you. Oh Lord. Yeah, I think that you should take that as a good sign of your protection, because his energy is just that he it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with how he treats people in general, and he just wants somebody that's gonna put up with it. Period. Let me get this toy for these dogs because they're gonna be scratching at this table. Did you get it? Thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said with him, exactly. I can't be the one to put up with the nonsense. Exactly. And the person who does put up with it is going to be extremely disappointed with their decision. Because it's all fun and games in the beginning, but then when you get settled into it and you 5 years in a relationship and this person on some BS. Okay, Angelina. Has my ex Eddie moved on romantically? Has Eddie moved on from Angelina? Higher self spirit. So I was hearing like a masculine say, "This is the last time, yo," like that. Is that how he talks? I don't get the feeling that he's moved on romantically, like he's dealing with anybody, but I get the energy that like whatever transpired between the two of y'all, he was like, this is the last time I'm gonna let that happen. I'm saying that he hasn't, it's the energy is that he hasn't moved on romantically, but he's moved on energetically. So it was like whatever happened was like kind of the last straw. Let me know if that resonates. Or maybe that's your energy. You said he fucked up big time with me. Hold on. You said he fucked up big time with me when we were engaged and he walked away. So that might be your energy because so the energy is that it was whatever happened was the last straw for one of y'all. And so if that could be your energy, so I'm wondering why you even want to know because it feels like you're done. Like whatever it was, your energy was over it. Thank you for the follow, Savage. Let me know if that resonates. You said indecisive still, but you're right. Okay. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. Danny, I'm seeing your comment, but you have to just keep putting it in there. The comments are going so fast right now. Nay, I didn't get the investment firm job. Will I get a job in May? Will Nay get a job in May? Higher self spirit, will Nay get a job in May? So I definitely get the energy that you will get a job in May because they were showing like two people. Come on, y'all. They were showing two people shaking hands, like, like welcome to the company type energy. I was hearing pharmaceuticals. So have you ever looked into the pharmaceutical industry? You said I am HR. Okay, so maybe it'll be like I would say look into like pharmaceutical company HRs because that was the energy it was giving. Did y'all get the toy now? Come on now, get the toy. Danny, will my ex girlfriend Erica and I reconcile again? Will Danny and Erica reconcile again? Higher soul spirit, will Danny and Erica reconcile? Y'all, please don't give me too much information in the comments. Just ask the question. Because I don't want to like read into what you're putting in the comments. So, Danny, the energy is that, thank you for the heart me. The energy is that you can reconcile, but it could take a while because there is something that you did that this person is interpreting as negative. So it's kind of giving the energy of like this person's interpretation of one of y'all's interactions was very negative and it was kind of like disrespectful. I don't know if this is your energy or the other person's energy, but it's like the energy of somebody did something disrespectful, or that's what the interpretation was. It may not have been, but it may not have been intended to be disrespectful, but that's the energy of like how the one of y'all interprets the situation. So let me know if that resonates. You said thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It's true. Thanks. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, Jake, will I be finding my cat eventually? Higher self spirit, will Jake find his cat? I'm getting a yes. The energy is that the cat is just fine. Like the cat is kind of used to being outside. Was the cat an outside cat? You say yeah. You said, yeah, he was inside, outside. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like you'll find him eventually, but he's okay. Thank you for trusting me with the energy. So, you're welcome. Coretta, are my business ideas going to support my financial expectation? Will Coretta's business ideas support her financial expectation? Herself. So I feel like Spirit is saying that there's one thing about the execution of it that you need to tweak, because there's something that you have in mind that will end up costing you too much money on the front end. So it's something about, like, I'm not saying this is exactly the situation, but it's kind of like, if you have planned on using a particular supplier, you should not use that supplier because there's somebody that you can get the products from cheaper. So that's the general energy. It doesn't have to be exact, but let me know if that resonates. You said thank you. Okay. Does that resonate though? You said kind of. Okay. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. Like, maybe you don't have products per se, but it's like something that you were going to invest in on the front end, you can do in a more economical way. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. So, Sky, is that true that my man is going to propose to me? So I asked him. So, is Jaylene going to, what's that again? Okay, so are you Jaylene? Or your name is Jaylene's Princess? Y'all, don't do that with your screen name. Now look, I'm trying to tell y'all how to live y'all life. I ain't about to sit here and do that. Is Sky going to propose to Jaylene? Or is Jaylene gonna propose to Sky? So the energy is that this person would propose, but it would be just to kind of keep you in their energy. So it's like a proposal with no like real plans for the wedding. Let me know if that resonates at all. It's kind of like this person just wants to satisfy you, but it's not that they really want to get married. That's the energy. I don't know if you responded. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, because it will really help if the comments would slow down while I'm answering the question. So I'm just gonna move on to the next question. So will Chelsea contact Chris herself? Will Chelsea contact Chris? Chris, does this person ask you for money a lot? Because it's giving the energy that they need like some help with something, and that's why they would reach out. Like money and or just help with shit. You said yes and no. So I would just say be cautious, like how this person contacts you. Like if they're just contacting you to get something or need help with something, then like you said, we've been together 3 years. Okay. Yeah, I would be concerned about like being codependent. Like that's the energy. It's like being codependent emotionally and financially, kind of like draining you in both areas. It's kind of like the energy of like when you have like one friend that calls you and will talk to you for hours to drain you of your energy and get your advice, and then do the complete opposite. So like you spent all that time talking to this person, counseling this person damn near about their issue, and then they go do the exact opposite, fuck it up, and then come back and ask you for money. You say, yeah, that's true. She has bipolar disorder. She got diagnosed last year. Okay. All right. I don't think you should mess with that. You have to set boundaries with your energy and with your finances. You can't help everybody. Okay. All right. Andrea, will I find a good job soon? Higher Soul Spirit, will Andrea find a good job? Excuse me. So I feel like Spirit is saying you will find a job, but there's certain things like there's some things that you have to work on. So like the energy, and this doesn't have to be exact, but the energy is like maybe working on being more disciplined, working on being like on time for work, just having kind of a routine. So I feel like Spirit is saying if you develop a routine now, then that will be the energy that pushes you toward the job that you want. But it's kind of like preparation is going to be like how you manifest. You said, okay, makes sense. Okay, good. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. Taylor, will seeing Dylan today be good closure for us? Excuse me. Taylor, will Taylor and Dylan seeing each other be good closure? So I get the energy that like one of y'all says shit to trigger the other person. So it's like you could meet, like let's say you're going to meet to have lunch or something. You could start out the whole thing really cool, everything's going well, and then one of y'all says something like, why did you wear that shirt today? That shit's kind of like whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that energy. Let me know if that resonates. It's just, you said very true. Okay, yeah. I don't like that energy because the thing is that if you don't care about the other person's mental and emotional well-being, fuck you. Like, if you want me to dress different, take me shopping, motherfucker. Like, come on now. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Um, Jasmine, will Jasmine get approved for her apartment? Higher self spirit. Will Jasmine get approved for her apartment? Um, so I don't know. It may not be exact, but the energy is like you can get approved, but there's like one thing that you would have to do. So it's like kind of a conditional approval. It's almost giving the energy of like maybe something comes up showing that you owe something to another complex and you just have to take care of that before they can finally approve you. I don't know if, I'm not saying it's like exact, but that's kind of the energy, like a conditional approval because you have to handle something else. Let me know if that resonates. Chrissy, if I do a offline message, it would be a paid reading. Stop, mama. Stop. Are you still here? Who asked the question about the apartment? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Higher self, will Raphael contact Lydia? You say yes. I stopped working because my mom passed away, and they want another pay stub. Okay. Okay. But I feel like it's gonna work out. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Lord, live restricted. What? It says your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it primarily directs people off the platform. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, Lydia, will Raphael contact me? Higher Soul Spirit, will Raphael contact Lydia? Lydia, is Raphael involved in some street activities? Because I feel like it's giving on the run energy. You're not 100%, but you got a feeling that the person was? You would say no. Okay. It's just, I'm getting a no, but it's also giving the energy of like, this is kind of how your spirit guides are protecting you because there's something that that person is doing that's not inbox. I mean, I'm reading inbox. That's not on the up and up. Okay, Chrissy. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Um, so Shay, I hope I'm saying that right. There's a job that I applied for. Cheyenne. I'm wondering if I would get the position. Will Cheyenne get the position? Will Cheyenne get the position herself? So the energy is that you won't necessarily get that position because I feel like they have somebody internally in mind, like somebody that's already on that particular project or whatever. But I feel like they were impressed by you enough that you will get something else. Like they haven't totally like dismissed you, but it's kind of like they have to prioritize someone else that they, you know, that has been working on that already. So let me know if that resonates. You say yes, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. Sha, so what do you mean? What are my thoughts about Dante? Michaela, will I find the full truth about family? Higher self spirit, will Michaela find out the truth about her family? So it's given the energy that you will find out the truth, but it's based on someone passing away. So is someone like elderly or sick, very sick right now in your family? Let me know if that resonates. Because it's given the energy of like over my unalive body. You say yes, have a gut feeling about that happening, and them confessing. Okay, well yes, trust your intuition. Thank you for trusting me with the energy. So higher soul spirit, how does Dante feel about Sha? I hope I'm saying that right. You're welcome. So I feel like the energy is that he feels strongly about you, but it's triggering because it reminds him of an ex that he hasn't quite gotten over yet. So let me know if that resonates. You said yes. Okay. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Ashley, is Quentin thinking about getting back together with me? Higher Soul Spirit, is Quentin thinking about getting back together with Ashley? So actually, Quentin's energy reads like he just doesn't have the personality or communication to really maintain a relationship. So it's almost like giving the energy of trying to come back and get you pregnant so that that would connect y'all and y'all would have to talk to each other. I don't like that energy, but let me know if that resonates at all. You said I am pregnant. We all um you said we were together 9 years. So like have y'all had communication issues? Cause it just feels like this person doesn't know how to communicate properly and they feel like the way to keep you connected regardless of their communication issues is through having a baby, but it's not. You're welcome, Sha. You say yes. It felt like tit for tat for a while. Okay, yeah. I think you're gonna have to really make a decision if that's what you want. I know that it's not easy to like just dismiss a relationship that's been going on for that long with children involved. But in order for you to like really get the love that you want and deserve, that person will accept your children. Like that's not going to be an issue. Like that person will accept you, love your children as if it was their own, and that you can have the relationship that you really want, because I just don't feel like that he is going to give you what you really want. Okay, big mama bear. um but if I do a question, it's gonna be a paid reading if I do it outside of this live. Can will Jose and I get back together? Higher Soul Spirit, will Kim and Jose get back together? Higher Soul Spirit, will Kim and Jose get back together? So it's giving his Jose gives the energy of like just wanting a woman around for their benefit. So it's kind of like it's almost giving the energy of like they don't really have great feelings about women, but they feel like they're useful for like cooking, cleaning, and providing intimacy. But it's not like real positive energy toward a relationship. Let me know if that resonates. You said things he thinks were soulmates. Um, so just to clarify what soulmates means, that doesn't mean y'all have to be together. It doesn't mean that y'all are meant to be in a relationship romantically. So y'all could be 1000% soulmates. My daughter is my soulmate, but that absolutely does not mean we're about to be in a relationship, of course. So I would just say, you have to really use your intuition about what a soulmate means to you, because a soulmate, as far as like having a relationship, should be willing and able to give you what you want out of a relationship. And if someone is like claiming to be a soulmate, but everything they're showing you is that they just want you as like an accessory almost, like that's not, if that's not what you want, then that's not a good fit. So thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said, Natalie, will Bobby reach out? Her soul spirit, will Bobby reach out to Natalie? Natalie, does one of y'all party a lot? Because it's giving the energy that one of y'all like is goes out a lot, and the other person doesn't really like it. You said yes, he likes to party. So the energy is like one person parties a lot, the other person doesn't like the partying. So like that's not gonna change. So I would say, he can reach out. I feel like the energy is that it's a good possibility he'll reach out, but it's not gonna be like whatever you didn't like about the relationship is not gonna change. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said, Mandy, has Sean been missing? Thinking about me recently. Higher Soul Spirit, has Sean been thinking about Mandy? You said, yeah, I think you are spot on. Okay, thank you, Natalie. You're welcome. So has Sean been missing Mandy? Thinking about her recently. So this is kind of random. It could be metaphorical, but I'm seeing like bumper cars. So did y'all actually go on a date to like somewhere that had bumper cars and games and kind of like a Dave and Buster's or something like that? Or it could just be that y'all bumped heads a lot. You said no, never. Okay, so it could mean that y'all bumped heads a lot. Was there a lot of strife in the relationship? Because I feel like whatever he's thinking about is like whatever like clashes that y'all had. You said just a misunderstanding. Okay. Well, I mean, if to answer your question, yes, he has thought about you, but it's about whatever clash that y'all had. Um, so I mean, you have the option of reaching out and trying to clear up the misunderstanding. But either one or both of y'all is in the energy of like, looking at it from like a more of a negative standpoint. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. You're welcome. Naomi, is Aaron regretting how he handled our last conversation? Higher Soul Spirit, is Aaron regretting how he handled the conversation? So he's given the energy that he justifies his behavior a lot. So I'm not getting that he's regretting anything that he said. I feel um like this person just convinces themselves that they're right. So let me know if that resonates. You said, yeah, that's true. He's very hard-headed. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that personally, but it's totally up to you. I just would not, because that's like a mental health issue. It's bordering like personality disorder, narcissism, because people have to really be honest with themselves. Like, it may not be favorable what someone is saying to them or calling them out on, but if they're healthy mentally, then they can be like, word up, that's facts. Like, I can't even argue with that. And then be honest with themselves, like, I can change it, I can work on changing it, or like, nah, I'm this is me, I'm not gonna work on it. But if someone is convincing themselves that whatever they're saying or doing is right, and justifying their behavior, then it's like there's no, that you can't communicate with somebody like that. You say, yeah, I always have to work on things for both of us. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be something, it's going to be something that you would have to allow him to work out, and that would have to be like a very deliberate effort on his part. But in order to work through that type of mental health, is most people aren't willing to work on themselves like that. So, but thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said, side question, what kind of dog? They're both doodle mixes. You're welcome. One is a Shih Tzu, and the other one, the light hair colored one. Her mom was a full size poodle with curly hair, but she was like the only one in her litter with straight hair. So I feel like the dad was like maybe like a Labrador or something like that. Ty, let me see. Or a golden retriever. Okay, is Travius cheating on me? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but is Travius cheating on Tyshawn? Higher Soul Spirit, is Travius cheating on Tyshawn? So I feel like the energy is that he's not actively cheating, but like talking to people, if that makes any sense. So it's like it's not completely innocent, but it's also not like full blown cheating. I don't like that energy, only because it's almost like he tries to default to doing that whenever you make him mad. So it's kind of like every time you make him mad, he tries to like develop a backup plan almost, but he's not gonna entertain the person unless y'all actually break up, which is just like, that shit is raggedy. Let me know if that resonates. You said, wow, it sounds just like him. Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't like that energy for you. Can you type your question again? You just have to keep posting it. Unique, has my children's father's new wife put a spell or a root on me and my kids? Higher Soul Spirit, has Unique's father, has Unique's ex's wife put a spell on her and her children? Um, so first of all, I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you and your children are very heavily protected. I feel like she runs her mouth a lot, but I mean that is considered spell work. But um I feel like it's just not going to end well for her because you are heavily protected. I don't, and I'm not wishing harm on anyone. I'm not saying that harm will be brought to them, but it's kind of like you're sitting in the energy of someone who just doesn't have any issue with this person. Like you've moved on from your ex and you're totally secure and fine, but she's very insecure, and it's almost giving the energy of like she knows that if you wanted your ex back, that you could have your ex back. And so her jealousy is what causes her to run her mouth. You say yes. Yeah. I wouldn't worry a day about that shit. Cause that shit ain't gonna end well. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. She tells people I'm a witch. Yeah, no. That's straight up insecurity. And it's like you got to do, so what's the issue? You know, like keep your mouth off of me and my kids. You got to. Alright. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Well, I lose my job. I have someone hate on me real bad. Okay, Ty. I'm just gonna say Ty because I don't want to tear your name up. You're welcome. So will Ty lose her job? So I don't feel like you're gonna lose your job. I feel like it's going to be discovered that that person is shady as hell. That's the energy is given. Um, like people at the job are like, we can see right through this bullshit. Let me know if that resonates at all. You said, and he is. But do you feel like the people at your job can tell that it's a bunch of bullshit? Oh, you said they're agreeing with him? Um, Let me look into it a little bit further. I feel like they're saying that even if they're agreeing with him now, that it's all gonna come out. It's gonna come out. They act as they can't lose him. Yeah, I think that it's gonna end up coming out that this person is not on the up and up. I don't feel like it's gonna cause you to lose your job though. Um, like it's giving the energy of like maybe they'll put you on a performance plan or something like that, but they're not like they have to do certain things to justify releasing you from a job. And my thing is if they end up trying to like separate from you and offer you a severance, you definitely should negotiate a higher severance than what they're giving you. Like whatever they offering you, double it up. And also make sure that they're not going to contest you getting unemployment. Because I really like if that's the energy is giving. It's like you're not like gonna get fired, but it's almost like if they decide to part ways with you, they have to do by law, they have to act accordingly. They have to dot their T's and cross their I's. I mean, I said dot their T's. Cross their T's and dot their I's. So it's still like The legality part is still in your favor either way. So I hope that helps you. You're welcome. You said thanks, I don't need to worry. No, I would not worry. But, you know, just make sure that you're doing everything to cover yourself on your part. You know, just don't give them any additional ammunition based on your actual work. You know, it's giving the energy that this person feels like you're better than them at their job. Like it's like you have a lower level position, but they feel like it doesn't have to be exact, but kind of like maybe because you're catching errors and you know, this person is trying to figure out how to get you out of their way, basically, because you could put them in a position where they're outed, you know, work wise, which is whack as hell. You say yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. He says same position, same pay, but I don't know his reason. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, it's like he's just jealous of your work ethic, maybe. That's the energy is given. Like you have a good work ethic and maybe he doesn't, and so he feels threatened or something by that. Like, oh, this person could outwork me and, you know, take my spot or, you know, get rid of me. And I don't know. It's just, yeah, it is definitely weird energy. Does anyone else have a question? If not, I'm going to do like a collective. Phew. Okay, what's your question? Yeah, you can ask another question since the numbers are low. Yeah. You can put it in the chat, yeah. I don't see your question though. Higher Soul Spirit, why is Jonathan reaching out to Ty? It's giving the energy that your kindness is being taken for weakness, because it's almost like this person got involved with a karmic, and then because that went left, he's trying to come back around, like circle back, because he knows that you're a good person. But no, because you decided to get with a raggedy karmic that wanted to abuse you financially and mentally and all this other shit. Like, that's crazy. You said, yeah. Okay. Is someone trying to take from my energy or trying to do spell work? So deja vu is someone trying to take Energy from Deja Vu and doing spell work. So I am getting the energy that someone is trying to do something, but it's not working. You said you spot on. You so on point. Oh, thank you. You said I figured that, and that's what he said. Oh my God. Child, these folks crazy. So Deja Vu, does that? So I feel like the person just didn't like what you said to them. It's not even like, it's not even so much like, it's giving the energy that the person just didn't like what you said to them. Like, it's not like, oh, I want to be this person, but it's more like, I don't like what she said to me, so I'm just gonna like light some candles and shit, like it's giving broke kitchen witch energy. Let me know if that resonates. You said I definitely agree. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that because Spirit was showing me like candles being blown out, showing me glass breaking. So, like, whatever is it being attempted is not successful because you are very protected. So, they can keep on. But when someone is protected, it's not a good look when you do shit like that. Especially just because you ain't like what somebody said to you. Like, and it was facts, especially if it was facts. It would be different if you were like intentionally trying to come against someone or project onto someone, but you weren't even projecting. You were just speaking facts. Yeah, you said they keep trying to. Yeah, that's crazy work. It's not going to end well, child. And again, I'm not wishing harm on anyone. I'm not saying that anyone is, in danger. But when you do spiritual stuff, you get spiritually hemmed up. So, I personally, like, I don't want to have anything come against me spiritually because that's very mental. And when you trapped in your head all the time, that shit can really get ugly. Like, that's when people drive themselves. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It doesn't end well. Because it's almost like when people get angry because you speak your truth and you don't like try to sugarcoat shit for people and they can't accept the truth, then that's the area that they try to attack. So that's probably why it feels like more of a spiritual attack or something like that. But like they'll try to attack your mental state to try to get you to be confused and not be able to speak truth, and specifically about that person. And so it ends up going right back to them and backfiring in a majorly ugly ass way. I already know that people be trying to scramble my third eye and my consciousness, and my spirit team be like, oh yeah, Mm-hmm. Do you want to romp? You want to romp with me? Do you have like Caribbean in your family? You said it's like they're jealous because they feel they're not as secure as me, and jealousy kicks in. Yeah, that's definitely the energy. Oh, you said Creole. Yeah, so that might be my version of a bad Creole accent, but it's definitely given like not a regular U.S. accent. So, but thank you for trusting me with your energy. So if nobody else has a question, I'm gonna do a collective. You're welcome. And like I'm not saying this is you. I tell everybody generally that, you know, let your spirit team handle your battles for you, your spiritual battles. That's what they're for. It's not for us to be trying to do you know, spell work and retaliation, or, you know, things like that, because sometimes we can misinterpret the energy. And it could just be that you're interacting with someone with very powerful, very strong energy, but they're not like trying to come against you. Of course, there are instances where the person will try to come against you, but there are also instances where we can misinterpret things. And just to be like in the safe zone, the safe zone is just let your spirit team handle it. Let your spirit team handle your protection, and let your spirit team handle any projections onto you. Higher self spirit, what does the collective need to know? And on my screen it says, do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. And that's a quote from the Dalai Lama. Hi, Candy. So spirit, what does the collective need to know? So we have 70 and 71 divination and high priest. So you said, did spirit accept my manifest workings on April 1st? Well, I feel like this would be a yes. And it's also giving priest energy. So I definitely feel like that's a yes. Now, hold on now. Okay. So I feel like there's somebody that has been creating a false narrative, and it's like whatever the false narrative is, it is prompting this person to like send unaliving magic. Because if you notice, these two people look similar. And so there's a like a third party that's creating a negative narrative or false narrative about you, and it's like causing this person to be in this energy. But that's not a good look. Higher self spirit, how will Lauren deal with her daughter Jill? So I feel like you would throw her off by completely switching up how you operate with her. So it's kind of giving the energy of like letting her get her lumps, like totally backing off. So like if you were trying to be involved, trying to help her stay out of trouble, trying to prevent her from having to suffer, she's gonna have to basically go through whatever it is that she needs to go through. And so it's not gonna be easy, but the energy is like just backing off and letting her have to deal with whatever she needs to deal with. So let me know if that resonates. So yeah, I feel like this magic will be sent right back to sender, because the person being talked about, you said that sure does resonate. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. The energy is that the person that's is being sent to is in priest or priestess energy. But what's so crazy is that this person creating a false narrative about you is doing the same thing to this person. So it's basically like this person is using their false narrative to have this dumbass do their dirty work. So because this person attempted to do the work themselves on you and it's not working, it's actually backfiring. Now they're trying to create this false narrative to like drive this person to come against you. And because they know that if this person comes against you, they know that that shit's gonna backfire on them too, and they want this person to be in the same energy that they're in. People are dumb. It's definitely giving flying monkey energy. It's definitely giving mind control energy. So the card out here is a surprise. So I feel like, you know, the collective does know these people. But they're gonna get a surprise. Or you might be kind of surprised at who is doing it. Because I feel like this person is like a Christian or practices some kind of spirituality and tries to be like holier than thou. So it's like you supposed to be into the church, you doing all this stuff, you claim to love Christ and love, you know, love others as Christ would love the church, but you out here looking like a whole ass jackass, allowing people to influence you, and not the collective, but whoever is doing this. Yeah, they getting set up for the okie doke. Spirit gonna be like, surprise, you fell for the okie doke. And this person, like I said, this person creating a false narrative, getting their little minions to do work on their behalf, they both gonna be sitting in this energy like, please help. You said don't even know who they be trying to attack. Exactly. Have no clue. Because even though you don't look like this, even though, so, and what's wild is this person that claims to be a Christian and claims to love everybody and do everybody right and doesn't sin, they look at you on the outside, they're looking at you like a sinner, a heathen. You may cuss, you may, you know, do other things that they don't agree with. Maybe you know, drink socially or whatever. And so this person is looking at you like some kind of antichrist, but really on the inside, you sitting in priest and priestess energy, and this jackass is listening to crazy work. You said I don't go to church, but I'm a whole healer, right? And so that's what I'm saying. It's the people that go to church that are not living in victory. And I feel like it's someone who like you were cool with initially, but they turned their back on you because of this false narrative. So definitely, if you've been like interacting with someone, whether it be like at work or otherwise in a social circle, and someone or a group of people just switched up on you energetically, it's because somebody creating a false narrative, but they don't realize that you a whole ass earth angel. Folks coming against a whole earth angel. Oh my God. And that's the whole thing, is that people get stuff twisted. It's like they think because because people go to church and because they claim to be a certain way, that and that's part of that whole, the blood will cover me and all of my sins. No, it won't. It absolutely won't. And this could definitely be someone at your job. Yeah, the person creating this false narrative is obsessed. Oh, you say you work at a hospital? Oh, Lord. Yeah, this definitely could be somebody that's obsessed with you. And obsessed with you in a sense that, so maybe it was something that, like, you had to confront someone. And when you confronted this person has a whole personality disorder, mental health issues. And so when you had to confront this person, they then started trying to figure out how to come against you. Like whether it was trying to write you up or tell the supervisor something crazy about you, to make it seem like you're the one talking about people, but it's really them. So it's given the energy of like, and this is why workplace gossip and drama is a dead end road, because people will talk to you and gossip to you and try to get a response out of you, and then turn around and only tell whatever it was that you said in response. So they'll tell other people, yeah, this person said this about you, this person said that about you, but they're eliminating their role in the conversation. And that's some bullshit. Yeah, these people gonna end up in either regular court or spiritual court. One of the two. Because you are a divine feminine or masculine. Take it as it resonates. Elizabeth, do you have a question? I'm just doing free questions today. You said, and I have power in that place. Okay, Candy. And as soon as you say you have power in that place, we have ascension. This is definitely giving high priestess energy. You see how her energy is above the clouds? That's high level of consciousness. You said everyone feels my energy. I believe it. Okay, so higher self spirit, what does Elizabeth's job look like in the coming months? So I'm hearing hiring freeze. If there's not a hiring freeze right now, there might be something in the future. So did you apply for a position that you haven't heard back from? You said your role specifically. So, like, are you asking if your role is going to be eliminated? I'm asking for clarification. So I'm not getting the energy of an elimination of your role, but there is the energy of because usually when there's a hiring freeze, that means that they were looking at the budget and they were looking at potentially eliminating positions. I don't get that your position in particular would be on the chopping block though. You said going through it right now. What do you mean going through it right now? Oh, like you said, people talk. Oh, I don't feel like your position's being eliminated though. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, but I don't feel like your job is in jeopardy. Yeah, I don't get that energy for you. We have the animosity card. You said people were talking about you. Spirit, please clarify animosity. And then we had opposition, which to clarify animosity. But look at how this person is jacked up. These people that got animosity towards you and are coming against you, they like I said, they gonna have to face that spiritual judge because of their jealousy and envy. I feel like the scales are going to balance in your favor. And when I said the scales are going to balance in your favor, Spirit just wanted me to focus on the 69 part. And so I feel like that's the balancing of the scales. Yeah, because it's all an illusion that people try to create. An illusion that tries to, like, they try to create an illusion that makes them look favorable and makes you look like the crazy person. And that it does not work. Spirits like these motherfuckers try to concoct all kinds of crazy shit and it just makes them end up looking crazier. So like you can create all kinds of ideas in your mind, but that doesn't mean that when you actually put it into practice that it's going to end up working in your favor. And that's the thing. It's the people, it's the craziest people, the ones with the most mental health issues that come up with these harebrained schemes and end up making themselves look a hot mess. You said, but they look right now. Okay, yeah. Because Spirit said we protect people that have sweetheart energy, pure heart energy. Yeah, they not. They not playing about their good people. And like I said earlier, that emotional pain, like whatever emotional pain they try to inflict on you, because see how she's thinking and the heart is in the bubble. That's like trying to concoct a plan to emotionally hurt you. And Spirit said, because all the love that we have to pour out on you, they like you see those hearts are surrounding that person's head, like surrounding your mind and protecting your mind, will, and emotions from any pain. That karma is a bitch. And you see how like the top half is sunny and birds and the bottom half is like rain. This is like raining on their parade. And while they're experiencing this negative karma, the collective is up here experiencing sunny days, happy days. I said, y'all experiencing sunny days, happy days. Again, those hearts are surrounding this person's mental and emotional well-being. You are protected. Even though it may feel stressful, even though there may be the energy of like, I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like dealing with these people. I don't feel like going around these people. You are still being protected and still being supported. Well, Elizabeth, I would encourage you not to claim that you're broken, because if you say that, the more you say that, the more you're going to believe that, basically. So I definitely wouldn't encourage you to continue to say that. And like I said, you may have concerns. You may not feel the greatest right now. You may not, want to have to deal with these people. Like that clock could indicate that you feel like time is ticking against you, or your time is limited. But Spirit is like, nah, you good. You may be seeing 333. Woo. We have love offer and manifestation. And for some people, there could be jealousy in the workplace or in your social group, where they feel like somebody that they likes you and may want to give you a love offer, and so they're trying to like figure out how to thwart that situation. For some of y'all, this is you've been manifesting a love offer that's coming in. And again, like Spirit is showing me how there's a 6 and there's a 9. And so the 6 and the 9 is basically the scales balancing. And then you have 55. So you may be seeing 555. But if you've been manifesting a love offer, then it's working. And I feel like this person has some money. You and this person. Very abundant. It's giving earth sign energy. And the fact that he's pointing to the money with a watch, I feel like it's in perfect timing, perfect divine order. So Alexander, is Connor the right person? Higher Soul Spirit, is Connor the right person for Alexander? You're welcome, Elizabeth. So Alexander, Connor is given the energy of someone who disappoints you quite a bit, like makes a lot of empty promises. Let me know if that resonates. Alexander, I don't see your comment if you responded. Thank you for the heart me. Hi, Margie. Happy Friday. Are you still here, Alexander? Okay, I'm gonna get back to the collector. So the next card out was Twin Flame. So Alexander, that might be some Twin Flame energy you dealing with. And if that's the case, and if what I said was accurate, to be in your North Node, you have to be able to set healthy boundaries with people. And being in your North Node includes having your abundance, having your money secured. Because the thing is, when you allow people to stay in your energy, when your abundance comes in, Spirit knows that you're a good person. And so when raggedy ass energy is around you, when your abundance comes in, that creates a situation where these people could potentially take advantage of your kindness. And if you have resources, money, contacts, and things like that that they can benefit from, and they know that they can play on your emotions, especially like family members, Spirit is like, we got to clear those people out. Because while you're moving towards your North Node, these people are remaining in their South Node energy. And that's a no-go. And that's basically like when sometimes you deal with people that are moving in the opposite direction. And you have to know when you're dealing with someone who is not on the same timeline. A twin flame who can turn into your soulmate energy, because twin flames tend to like test each other, put each other through different situations that cause you to have to learn lessons and to work on things and to heal. But if if only one of you is doing all the healing work and the other person is not, and y'all moving in different directions, then it's time to sever ties. Moving in opposite directions. And you will know if someone is moving in the same direction as you, if someone's in the same lane as you. Higher soul spirit, is there a specific ancestor trying to work with deja vu? So they're showing me like a water spirit. So if you've been drawn to like Oshun or some other kind of water spirit, then that might be confirmation. Let me know if that resonates. Like if you've been drawn to go to the water. You say all the time. Okay. Well, that's where you should put your focus. Oh my God. These cards. So I feel like somebody's trying to pretend like they're happily single, but it's all like a damn try. It's like a manipulation tactic. And I feel like it's a manipulation tactic in the sense that like trying to get someone to chase them. So it's given like, Jedi mind trick type energy. You said I feel a deep connection with the water. I speak to the water often. Okay. Yeah, and so we have the change card, and this is confirming what I just said about how someone is pretending to be happily single, and it's like a manipulation tactic. And so like this person presents one way on the exterior, but they're really totally different internally. And like they really want a relationship, a relationship. They really want a relationship low key, but they trying to act like they out here happily single. Somebody need to stop fronting. And I feel like it's a situation where like maybe someone approached you and said like, what do you think about me? Do you like me or whatever? And the and your response or vice versa, take it how it resonates. The other person's response was like, well, I'm not really ready for a relationship right now. I just don't have the time. Da, da, da. And and that was like that's what's creating this like fake like phony energy where they're like still hanging around, pretending like they're happily single, but they're really trying to hold on to this person to in hopes that they'll be in a relationship with them one day. So it's almost giving the energy of like a masculine having a feminine friend that's supposed to be just straight platonic. And so like the masculine told the feminine, I don't like, I'm not interested in a relationship. I just consider you cool. I think we're good friends. But the feminine is like, okay, that's cool. Like we could just be friends. And so they're pretending to be happily single and just doing their thing and whatever. But they're really trying to just maintain a friendship with this person so that they can hope one day that the person will change their mind about them and want a relationship with them. And it's not gonna happen. And that's why, like, I believe that there is a possibility where you can have like a true genuine friendship if both people genuinely don't want to be with each other. But if one of the other person wants to be with them, yeah. And like I said, this is a divine masculine, and they know exactly what they want, and they know that they don't want this person that's trying to be their friend. But what I would like the divine masculines to know is that you need to know when somebody approaches you from a romantic standpoint, but then they be like, "Oh, well, we could just be friends." Please know that that person is trying to stay in your energy with a hidden agenda. Please know that. Because if I'm vulnerable enough to put myself out there to someone to ask them like, how do you feel about me, can you see us being together in the future, and they just straight up say no, it's not like, well, I'm not ready for a relationship. It's no, I don't want a relationship with you type energy. Like they are that bluntly honest. We can't be friends after that. Because if I have romantic feelings for someone and then I'm trying to be friends with them, hoping that they'll change their mind, I don't want that type of energy. Because I want someone who knows my value, my worth, and knows that they want me from the beginning. Like you may not be able to say from the week one that you want to marry me, but you can see you should be in the if we've known each other for any length of time, and I come at you and I ask you how you feel about me, and you tell me that you're not interested in a relationship, we just cool, but you're out here pursuing other people, pursuing a relationship, you want to be in a relationship, that is clear. That is crystal clear that this person does not want me. And so that, masculines need to know that they need to disconnect from those types of friendships. Because what happens is if you maintain contact with this energy, anytime that you start to date someone or potentially get into a relationship with someone, this person is going to be in your ear talking down about that person, especially if you're telling them about your interactions and stuff like that. They're going to be talking, they're going to try to make this person out to be not your person because they want you. I can't make it up. Legal and then real love comes through. This, like I said, this other person is gonna be talking in this person's ear, trying to be like the damn police. Like, this ain't the one for you. She raggedy. She sound trifling. Trying to be this authority figure in your ear, talking about like they know everything there is to know about relationships and what you like and all that shit. And spirit is like, can you really trust the government? Can you trust these officials to tell you the damn truth? Fuck no. I'm hollering. I am hollering. People know that you are a rising star. And so there's going to be a lot of people coming for you and coming at you and wanting to be a part of your iconic rise to fame. And don't let these people come be all up in your energy, because they know you have abundance of all kinds, including actual money attached to your success. Actual money. To clarify the rising star. So whatever it is that you do, whatever your platform is, whatever your, whatever wisdom you're disseminating to the masses, we have 77 and 11, 7-11. You are the lucky charm is what I'm hearing. You are the lucky star. You are the shooting star. Because you are held in high honor by spirit. And heavily protected. When spirit holds you in high honor and high esteem, and they're putting you in position to be this rising star, just know that you are heavily protected. There is absolutely nothing that can penetrate this. I feel like spirit is saying you are in the womb of the universe. There is nothing that can penetrate this barrier that the divine has created between you and other people. Even when all hell is breaking loose all around you, you are divinely guided and protected at all times. You are protected from the path of destruction. And actually, this is, Spirit said, this is card 93 and 94. You stay calm in the midst of chaos. When everybody else's world is getting turned upside down, you are peacefully in your little bubble. So do not let this life get you down. And Spirit wanted me to point out that 8 minus 1 is 7, and we have 77 on this rising star. So this is basically, you have been this rising star since you were a child. You were born like this. It's not on you, it's in you. And again, we have that 7-11 energy because he has the 11 on his shirt. And 7 times 11 is 77. And for some of you, your journey has been quite tumultuous. Your path has felt like a whole ass entity attachment. It has felt like, hardship after hardship. But Spirit is like, there's a light at the end of this path. Even though it may have felt dark, there's always been a light unto your path. The divine has always shown a light onto your path. Because you've encountered people with entity attachments, but those entities cannot attach to pure light. Because the light exposes what's in the dark. And Spirit, I feel like Spirit is also saying to get grounded. Like if you feel unsettled, there's a lot of rapid ascensions that's taking place right now. So if you're feeling unsettled, if you feel like your chakras need balancing, Spirit is saying to listen to frequency music, get grounded, go out in the sunshine, go out in nature. We have mature woman and we have veil. And so I feel like for some of you, if there was like a matriarch of the family who was trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or maybe you're dealing with someone who has a very controlling mother, it's not totally giving mama boy energy, but it's giving the energy of like this person may feel obligated to their mother for whatever reason. Maybe it's because they're providing some kind of support to their family or whatever. But I feel like this person's motives are being revealed. They're being exposed. Because as this person ascends, the more they ascend, the more they go above the veil. So it's like giving the energy of like a veil being right here. And so the more they ascend, like the veil is going down as they're ascending. Yeah, because I feel like you're just a nice person. And so very manipulative and controlling people will take advantage of nice people. Because they know that this person is like, I'll take care of you. I'll make sure that you're straight because you're helping me with this, that, and the third. And Spirit wanted me to point out that all these cards have 6s in it. And this person is the common denominator. So this has 6, 5, and 6, 1. But this is the common denominator, 6. So, and this could be you helping your person's veil to be lifted. Someone that's definitely in love with you. And Spirit's like, yeah, that road for this person, this manipulative person, that road about to end, because that your person or this person that I'm talking about knows that on the other side, where there's a new beginning, there's nothing but brighter days, wish fulfillment. emotional health. You see how the sun is walking on the water here? The sun is shining on the water. And so, like, the sun has healing energy. So the sun being reflected on the water is like emotional health, emotional well-being. Some of y'all are having to be an ice queen and set boundaries with a karmic. Spirit's like, it's time to move on. There's too many good people out here for us to be taking our time to entertain karmics. Yeah, when people, especially when people try to manipulate you and try to keep you in a state of confusion so that you don't really know where you stand, you don't really know where it's going. This person intentionally is not communicating, because what happens is what very manipulative people know is that they know that if they can create confusion, if they can create an emotional environment where you're questioning everything and you're just not sure, it can create an environment where instead of you coming to them and talking to them and having a conversation, you'll just kind of keep going along to get along. And so they never have to really fully come clean with you. And so if they never have to fully come clean with you, then their claim to fame is always going to be, I didn't promise you this. I didn't promise you commitment. I didn't promise you a relationship. I didn't promise you marriage. You know. So there has to be communication. And if you're not going to be willing to communicate, then you have to be okay with potentially sitting in a situationship that is going nowhere. Hi, is it Kyriana? Thank you for the likes. Because folks do see when abundance is attached to you, and they will try to attach to your energy even though they don't really want to be with you. It's giving the energy of like that dude that only wants to try to hang on to somebody because it's tax refund time. Like that dude that's like, they know that you got money, or they know that you have abundance attached to your life, and so whether they want to be with you or not, they just trying to attach themselves to that energy, to your future success. You said, will I end up finding a guy that's for me on Facebook dating? Will Kyriana find the person that's for her on Facebook dating? I'm getting a no for that. And then the next card out is health concerns. So I would definitely say that's a no. Cause child, even if it's a mental health concern, that's too much. Nobody should put you in a state of stress, mental, emotional, physical stress. Okay. And I said mental stress, mental, emotional stress. That's like, living in a prison of your mind. You said I am stressed right now. Yeah. If your stress is coming from somebody you met on Facebook dating, that should be the biggest red flag, child. Are people noticing a connection between Candy and Dr. Emmanuel? Oh, okay, because you're moving in finances. Yeah, and that's when you're in that energy, that's not a good time to be looking for a partner because you're going to end up like magnetizing broke energy towards you. So I definitely wouldn't date at that time. You said yes. Candy, I'm getting a no for that. And I feel like this is the energy. I feel like this is the energy of like doing the most to get someone's attention and they're just straight unbothered. Like my thing is when you and someone have a true connection, you don't have to do the most. You don't have to do a whole bunch of work in order for them to like recognize your worth and value. It should just be just by virtue of you being you living in your complete authenticity, that you're not, and I'm not talking about you, Candy, I'm just talking about the cards that came out for the collective energy. You should not have to do the most or above and beyond the call of duty for someone to notice your worth and value. If you are like making an effort to express how you feel about someone, if you are actually telling them that you're interested and they seem to be kind of like indifferent about it or aloof about it or whatever, then that's an indication that that person just needs to be left where they are. Because it's also a lot of times, like, let's say if it could be a man or a woman, but it could be like the energy of this person is used to a lot of attention, a lot of people coming onto them, a lot of people showing interest. And so sometimes people can be in the energy of like a lot of people who they're not interested in are showing interest. And so then they get to like a place where they're like, I don't even want to deal with this shit anymore. It's like the energy of like when you go out to the club and you're young and spry and all of this, and you like, oh yeah, one of these good looking brothers on the walls gonna approach me, and then the old dude, the old dude at the bar, the only one that has the damn guts to say something to you, be like, hey girl, can I buy you a drink? Can I get a dance? And you looking like, of all the ninjas in this club, you come over here. You said, I don't say anything, we just smile. Okay. Everyone says he's arrogant. Okay. I might be picking up on his energy, because if he's in arrogant energy, that's the energy that I'm describing. Like, if he's used to people like attracted to him, because first of all, a lot of times people become doctors, whether it's a medical doctor or a PhD or whatever, for the title. So yeah, like they may be good at what they do, and they may be, it may be a cool job, but they did it for like the money, the status, the ability to pull whoever they want, like doing too much. um and so like the voodoo card came out, so it's giving the energy of like, I know that I'm all that. I know that I have control over these chicks. I know that I can, Jedi mind trick anybody into doing what I want them to do. And I'm kind of tired of that. It's like giving the energy of like, I can make you do what I want you to do. Nah, we not doing that. You said, but he's not like that. I see through it. Yeah. But see, the thing is, when someone attaches their identity to a title, a job, their looks, it's hard to get people out of that energy. The person has to really want to be different, has to really want to take a different approach to life, and that the person has to acknowledge that they have been in self-centered type energy. You said he was trying to get my attention and loves being around me. Yeah, but I was still like, let's just say y'all end up, dating or going out or something like that. I would definitely be very mindful of this person being in lustful energy, because if they're used to getting their way with people and basically doing whatever they want to do, that's the energy of someone that would just be looking for intimacy or a fun time. Now, if y'all go out on a date and there's no discussion about intimacy, and he's very respectful and above board with things, and not pushing towards that, then that's how he wants to interact with you. But if he's just going to be constantly moving in that energy without, it doesn't matter what woman he's interacting with, if that's the energy that he moves with everyone, just to see how quickly he could get involved with this person. Confirmation, Bert. Yeah. Because I work in a very male dominated field. I have worked in a very male dominated field for my entire career. And when you work in those environments and people are used to dealing with very insecure women who they can manipulate and control and get to do things for them because of how they look and or maybe their position, and maybe that y'all are on the same level position wise, but they have the advantage of being tall, dark, handsome, body banging, all of the things. Yeah. Cause I know people try to get in my head and they don't realize that I know exactly what's happening as it's happening. Um, cause if someone is willing to kind of tell me private business and or whatever, I'm just like looking at them like, yeah, I mean, you can tell me your business if you want to, but just because you telling me your business doesn't mean that I'm going to fall for the okie doke and be like, oh, this person is having such a hard time. Like, let me be this person's comfort. And that's what the fuck women do. Because men will come and tell you, oh, I'm having a hard time with my girlfriend, or me and my wife are having problems, and they're just testing you to see if you're gonna be Captain Save-A-Ho. Like, oh, I'll be the third party. I'll be the one that you can call on the late night and you can come over and I'll comfort you. And when you're sad and depressed about that evil witch that you're with, meanwhile, there may not be any problems whatsoever. And that person is selling you a damn pipe dream. And that's when we have problems where this person gets involved with somebody who damn wants to. You see how pissed off she is in the background? These two people in the forefront and this person pissed off. This is the makings of an episode of Snapped. Okay? Because you telling all those lies about the relationship and you got this third party thinking that you gonna leave your person for them and you not leaving. And they like, oh, I got something got to go down. Something gonna go down. Because it's that if I can't have the person, nobody can type energy. What I say? If I can't have them, nobody can. And see, this is like the person controlling the mind of this third party. And then that shit having a whole ass backfire. And you so busy trying to keep this person mind controlled. And they end up turning into a damn flying ass monkey. Shit. And listen, Spirit is like, don't be messing, don't be the third party. Because you never know what type of situation you're trying to come in between or trying to prevent. And Spirit said, when there's a divine union that is ordained by Spirit, this person may be going through something for a time period. There may be some ups and downs in the relationship. There may be a time of separation, but if the divine is the boss here. So if these two people are supposed to be together, whether they going through a time of separation or a low period right now, that is none of your business, okay? Sarah's like, don't do that. I'm not getting the energy of two men. This is giving more of the energy of undercover boss, really. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of more like undercover boss, like a divine being that just looks like a regular person. But the energy of what I was speaking about, this third party energy, like the divine is in control. And so when the divine is in control, you might as well forget about getting in between, because they gonna have you straight hemmed up in the spirit. Because they like nobody coming in between that divine union. Yeah, people try to come in between, trying to do love spells and shit. But Spirit said, fuck around trying to be a kitchen witch and that damn house gonna fall on that ass. Like the Wizard of Oz. Keep on. We already had Flying Monkey come out. So, yeah, I'm hearing the Wicked Witch is unalived. Excuse me. Yeah, that third party is mentally unstable. Could be sending this person a bunch of damn messages, like thousands of text messages. Did y'all hear the story about that chick that she got arrested because she went on one date with this dude and she sent like tens of thousands of messages? Bruh, that is mental health. Okay. And it be the mentally unstable ones that are the third party, and they will their mental health will convince them that they are going to be the number one. They're gonna go from number 3 to number 1. And Spirit said, please go somewhere and heal. Because if you are in this energy here, trying to be in a relationship, it's not gonna work. I'm hearing it just won't work. It just won't work. Yeah, I said it just won't work. Trying to connive your way into a situation. Blocked. No access. When people are in the energy of self-love, they don't have time for people who are going to play with them, play with their energy, waste their time. And it's giving the energy of like, if this dude isn't going to recognize that this person is worthy of commitment, and they gonna allow this crazy ass third party to, penetrate in any way, this person that's in self-love is like, you can have her. Please go get her. If you think that crazy energy is somehow good for you, somebody that's forever in conflict with you, forever trying to argue with you. Like, it's giving the energy of going through the phone. Like, you know, you the third party. Why are you going through people's phones? That's crazy word. Like, you know that you the sneaky link, but you gonna go through the person's phone like they cheating on you, and you the sneaky link. Oh my God. And for some people, spirit is like, there is nothing wrong with this marriage. This person is perfectly happy. They just wanted some tang tang on the side, perhaps. And yeah, no. And not saying that that's okay. Not saying that if you're in a committed relationship or a marriage and you haven't agreed, the two of you have not agreed to have an open relationship, that it's okay to just have some tang tang on the side. I mean, like, my opinion is that if you all are truly in a divine union, you're going to be so sexually compatible, and there's going to be so much additional, like, variety, and like the energy is going to be so different that that you're not, like, the person is always like, the two of you are always going to be like experiencing something new and different, and it's going to be like being with somebody different almost every time. So like, that eliminates people's desires to even want anybody else, because when you're truly divinely connected and supposed to be together, there's no real question about compatibility and things like that. So the energy is like, why would you need variety when like, we're each other's variety, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna answer y'all's last two questions, and then I'm gonna end Free Question Friday. You said, will there be a marriage spiritual ceremony in my current relationship? Will there be a marriage or spiritual ceremony in Deja Vu's current relationship? So I'm getting a no for that, and what they're showing me is that the other person is not really spiritually compatible. It's almost like y'all are living in two completely different worlds, and there's no, like, the other person is not trying to understand your world. Like, you might be open to like that person's perspectives, but it's almost like y'all are speaking two completely different languages. Let me know if that resonates at all. It's almost like giving the energy of being unequally yoked, and I know that that's like a Christian thing, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to believe in the same things, but there does have to be like an open-mindedness and a willingness to be open to whatever that person is into. You said we actually are very aligned spiritually, and they are very open. Okay, I may not be reading your energy. Cause that's not what I'm getting. When you met this person, were they like that, or is this something that they kind of like morphed into after being in partnership? Because it's almost giving the energy of like doing something like for your benefit, but not really believing it, or just possibly purporting to be something that is not. But this might not be your energy. You said after being in partnership, but it's been almost 15 years. So, okay, so if someone like kind of assimilates to what you're doing, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are just as spiritually in tuned or aligned as you. And if they have not like given you a commitment within 15 years, that's a huge red flag. And I know that's not what you want to hear, and I hate to deliver that kind of message, but the energy is just that there's like this person is not really interested in a commitment. um you said they weren't always as spiritual, but they have grown so much. Definitely not as much as me. Okay. um yeah, but I mean, after 15 years, if the person hasn't made a commitment, I think that that says a lot. It really does. um but like I said, if you, it's totally, of course, this is just the energy how it's being read, but if it's totally up to you, you have complete free will to do whatever it is that you want to. Um, but sometimes people can do just enough to keep you around and to keep and to like they'll figure out how to do just enough to keep you engaged, like as far as with their energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to um, really truly recognize your value and your worth. You said at one point it wasn't an option for us, but now it is. Okay. Well, I would just say really trust your intuition because you know the situation the best. You said we've been best friends for 33 years, dating almost 15. Okay. So what has been, you said, so marriage wasn't an option at one point, is what you're saying? We are same sex couples, life partner. Oh, so you're talking about legally. Um, yeah, I'm gonna let you use your discernment on that one. Cause love spell came out. It came out in the reverse, so I feel like that's a love spell that's not working. Are you doing any kind of love spells? Okay. Um, so if you are doing like any kind of manifestation work and you are speaking specifically about a person, then that's interpreted by spirit as spell work. Even if that's not your intention directly, then it can still, if you're doing like affirmations or incantations or anything like that, and you're speaking the name of a specific person, that is interpreted energetically as a form of like trying to manipulate or control the situation with that person. So does that resonate for anything that you've been doing? Are y'all back there fighting? Look at your hair, mama. Look at your hair, mama. Look at your hair. You said not at all. I'm very aware of how that energy works. Okay. Well, I mean, there may be somebody that's doing a love spell. It could be, I don't know. But that card came out. So it came out in the reverse, like it's not working. Or that could be just speaking to like your situation in particular that you're asking about, as far as like marriage. And then we have faith that came out in the reverse. So that kind of speaks to what I was saying about like that person not really believing in what like you believe in. So it could like appear to be alignment, but not really truly having that faith within. Because people can purport to be whatever they want to be outwardly. It's the same as like I was talking about people who act like they're Christians, but they really be like low-key sending people unaliving magic. Yeah, you can't like effectively operate in those two energies simultaneously. One's gonna dominate the other. You said, I think they don't really trust marriage. Yeah, that may be it. We have karmic feminine out here. Well, that's not really a good sign for what we've been talking about. Priestess in the reverse. Child. I'm tapping into somebody's energy where there is a fake priestess. A priestess, you trying to use their power for negative. A karmic feminine. But their shit ain't working. Yeah, trying to come against a masculine, that shit is not working. Spirit said, it just won't work. They got an expectation that they got an expectation that this person is gonna come towards them with all this fake shit they doing. Honey. Oh my God. Oh, you said marriage has been an iffy subject. Okay. All right. Spirit said, when you pick up on Jezebel energy, trust your intuition. whether that's male or female, when people are in like just the energy of, and Jezebel goes beyond the physical. Jezebel energy to me is just like hidden agendas. I just want to be with this person for what they can do for me. I'm gonna use my looks and my body to get what I want from this person, trying to get them to, take them on trips and stuff like that. Okay, hold on. I meant to change my board. Let me see. What do I need to do to change my board? Okay. So I said that I would answer these last two questions, and his queen, I'll answer your question. You'll be the last question. Um, Candy, you said, is someone trying to block your connection? You mean like a romantic connection? Higher soul spirit, is someone trying to block Candy's connection? I'm getting a no. You said, what do you mean you pulled a lot? Oh, because I pulled a lot? No, I don't get the energy that someone's trying to get into your connection specifically. Yeah, I don't feel like when you ask the question about your connection, I don't feel like this pertains to your connection. Okay. Is Emmanuel still in love with Queen? Higher soul spirit, is Emmanuel still in love with Queen? So we had the family card come out in reverse, so I'm getting a no for that. Yeah, for confirmation of your question, Candy, I don't feel like anyone is like trying to evil eye your connection. Yeah, I think the spirit is saying for a lot of people, and this is not for anyone specific, but this is like a collective message. For a lot of people, you may not be trusting your intuition fully with regard to who you think is a soulmate. So, like, if you're not really tapping into your intuition, you can think somebody is a soulmate that's not supposed to be. Excuse Yeah, when you on the up and up, Spirit is like the divine is in full support of you. Full support of you achieving all of your goals, accomplishing your mission and purpose for incarnating at this time. And I feel like for some of y'all, your person, you've sparked an awakening in your person. And it's definitely breaking this person down emotionally so that they're not as closed off and stubborn about the connection. And Spirit is like some unexpected money is about to come about, so that if finances and or distance or anything like that was creating a barrier between you and your person from making that connection, that unexpected money is going to be the divine's way of bringing y'all together. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I think I'm gonna get off here. I might get back on later for a little bit. We'll see how it goes down. Okay. Thank you all for almost 30K likes. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the gifts and the follows. And I will see y'all for the next Free Question Friday.